Hello, mic testing. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. Today is 3rd of April 2026 and we are going to do a trade review of the 2nd April 2026. So it was a bit tough day for me. How and why? So as you can see, this was the Tuesday and this was Wednesday. I did trade on one trade I took, and this is the Thursday. And you will be wondering, I didn't trade in the New York, not even the New York kill zone, but even on the early New York session. And what the result was. So first I'm going to tell about the trade and then I will talk about the reason. So I took this trade early New York session because I knew that we are most likely to go to the downside, and that's why I didn't even wait for the kill zone. And as you can see, the market not even also didn't wait for the kill zone, and we start going to the downside. But my trade resulted in loss. I took the trade on here, placed the stop loss above this FVG. It took me, went a bit above and then expanded lower, and yeah, it did kind of hurt me because I knew we were most likely to go to the downside, and I took two position on two accounts, and on one account, if it did have in out, my account would have been passed. And on one account I entered here, and on the second account I entered here and placed a stop loss here. It was a big position, it would be a bit TP, but as you can see, it didn't pan out as I expected. And let me show you the execution. This was a trade on the GFT. You can see this is not entered here but here, and yeah, it took me here. And yeah, I'm trying to find out the reason behind that, where I place the stop loss, where is the most logical area. So on 15-minute chart, this was the structure, this was the gap I placed the stop loss. By seeing also the 15-minute gap, I placed the stop loss on here, but there was a gap here too. If I did place the stop loss here, that would be a very short, that wouldn't be a good risk maneuver, but yeah, it would be better than a loss. It was a higher time frame bias trade, and yeah, I think I did not place the stop loss right according to that. So let's talk about the reason behind this trade. So this is the monthly week, as you know, not much on monthly, and on weekly I highlighted this FVG, and as you know, this is the very simple. This, as you know, this is an important area for me rather than this C or this C. On daily chart, we made an SMT. Gold took its previous day high, but silver did not. Traded into the upper quarter of the. It was even before the. It was in PM session. It was in the Thursday. Yeah, it was after the president speaks. No PM, we went lower, respected it, and you know this area was a sensitive area for me. So we start still moving to the downside. On 4 hour, we break this, and we took the recent high, respected it, daily SMT, smooth lows, a very smooth sell side liquidity to the downside. That made me interested in shorts. Then on 1 hour, we were at that time here. Okay, I'm talking about the things, keeping in mind that we were here. So at that time we took this liquidity, and it was like we took the recent liquidity, but can we go to the upside? It was less likely to go to take these highs than take these lows and these. Okay, we did not take these lows, but we did take this low. So yeah, this was in my mind at that time, but we could retrace, and so yeah, that was also in my mind. It was not a plus setup for me, to be honest, because it was out of session, and on higher time frame, on 15-minute, there was smooth highs. On low time frame was also been making, so it would be it would have been not had been not a surprise if we would have races to the upside and then went low. So 15-minute chart, we were here at that time, smooth lows to the downside, and as well as I think let me see one thing more, the 50%. On 4 hour this was the 50%, and 5-minute chart this was a 50%, and this was a daily week. We went into here, we were consolidating at this area, expected the upper quarter down, break the lower quarter. So but on 5-minute I did not like this breaking market structure. It wasn't powerful breaking market structure, but and you can see there was smooth lows on 5-minute too. So at least we were going to take this, and in my mind I was planning to when we take this low, this recent liquidity, I will place the stop loss to the breaking, and then we'll see. There were this daily upper quarter, but I was very confident that we not, if we went lower, we will not respect this to the upside, and we will crash this to the downside, at least into this monthly CE. So yeah, I entered here. I know there was no proportional block, it was in making at the time, and I entered, and at the last second I think it retraces to upside, and we start going upside. And this was also a mistake. If I entered on a 1-minute time frame, if I were with trading on a 1-minute time frame, should be looking for a confirmed proportional block, but I did not. And if I so the second entry would be this would be a, but still I should be waiting for uh, wait a minute, should have wait for this to break down to use this upper quarter at least, keeping in mind all the higher time frame, because without the higher time frame analysis and all, I should not be entering on upper quarter. So yeah, one mistake too. And entered on GFT here because I was very confident we went higher, took this liquidity, break to the downside, but did respect this, so it was not a good sign, and we went higher, took this, and by seeing this, I think it was more like a manipulation than last manipulation, and then start going to the downside. On lower time frame we take a low, went to a break, respect this, and it was a manipulation and higher. But on higher time frame it was clear that it is most likely to go to the downside, and it hit the stop loss. uh we hit the stop loss, we start going lower, and yeah, it was painful. And when I see this long candle, oh sorry, it was in a minute, the entry could one entry could be here, but I missed this, and the second I looked at the chart, uh this candle was forming, and one option there was for me was to enter there or in between here, but yeah, I did not, because it was like chasing the price, not chasing it, was although a trade for me, but then the stop loss would be a bit higher, and yeah, you can see we break lower and we went lower, hit the TP. It was 2 point, let me show you the execution on the on the Think Capital. This position exactly was on Think Capital, but much more high risk, high reward on the GFT. As I said, that if it had been out for me on GFT, I would have passed the account. And I remember I set the TP was like almost 10 RR, and I know that it was the biggest. I didn't even place a TP to 10 RR in my 2 years trading career. So yeah, it was a big thing, and yeah, I think I should have placed the stop loss on at least the GFT account on this high, but I did not, and yeah, it was a greedy sell for me, and yeah, I taste the reward very well. So yeah, missed this trade, and it was a bit painful, no doubt, but yeah, it is what it is. But I'm grateful that I was able to witness it. I was able to analyze it. And let's see, entered here, stop loss here on high, and traces to upside and start going to so, yeah, this was the trade. And in I didn't trade the New York session, not because that I was not willing to, but I was not able to. There was the electricity issue here because of weather, and my battery was low on not on my laptop but on my phone, and I use my mobile for internet for the laptop. So yeah, on London's New York session there was a very beautiful uh, buy side model, and it is not like we moved to the upside and that's why it was a buy side model. I'm going to talk about it as well. So yeah, I have to be better in high time frame position. I have to not look for high position but like high reward, but more logical stop loss according to the high time frame. My stop loss was good, was right on the low time frame, but keeping in mind the market situation and the way market is moving on the high time frame, I should have placed the stop loss according to the high time frame. So it was a bit on high time frame, but still it was not enough. That if we had traced to the upside, took this high, then went lower or touched this low quarter, that still be logical, and it would be a normal thing, and it would not surprise me a bit. So yeah, it was a risky trade at the time. I was very prepared for that we can trace. One thing can happen that we're going to spend lower, not even giving an entry, and the second thing was we can trace, spend some time, and then went lower. In both situation, I was bearish. Alhamdulillah. And okay, so let's talk about the long position. Sorry, the New York session. As I told you that on daily chart we were, and this is PDRs. I know it's a lot. Yeah, we have to deal with it. This is a weekly. I don't. It's a weekly IVG. Yes, it's a IVG, and this is a week. Okay, so let's go into the 4 hour. I don't know was there any asset here too, and it doesn't bother me because the price action is enough uh, for um, for confirming that we are most likely to go to the upside. So let's just dive into the first. Let's see 1 hour and then the low time frame. In the London session, you can see this liquidity. I was more uh, bearish on a higher time frame than bullish. There's smooth lows to the downside, and there's a higher high. Sorry, lower low. It's also a lower low, but low there is a sensor liquidity. So look this, and what made me buy at that time were these quarters and the way we took the recent liquidity, and they were smooth highs to upside. So this is a weekly IFVG or FVG. Let me confirm it. Yes, it's IFVG. Okay. Yeah, it's IFVG. So it was a IVG, and we went into its upper quarter plus the low quarter of the daily week. As you know, it's a powerful area for me, and we went lower and also traded into the weekly week upper quarter plus the C of the IVG and the upper quarter of the daily week, I think. So but it's not enough for me that we're going to go upside or on longer time frame we're going to trace. Or yeah, so 15-minute chart things are much more clear. Went lower, took this low too, is a higher high, so not going to take this yeah, only if there's a higher time frame move for the low time liquidity. So went lower. These are old Tuesday 15-minute first presented favorite gap, and as you know that it's an important gap, and it is used after two, and it's an important area for us. So on 5-minute, as you know, it's becoming much clear. Smooth highs, 5-minute smooth highs. Okay, 8:30 news. It was the news was released here. Okay, we confirm it. Yes, the news was released here. Did not take any higher time frame. Buy side recent liquidity went lower. Did not touch the upper quarter. Took this low, traces up. Did not respect it to the downside, and respected. It's because of higher time frame liquidity. But if the market was more smoother, we would have respected the bodies. But yeah, it does not matter. We know that it was respected 15 minute and it went lower just to take this. Okay. So on 1 minute time frame, went lower, traces up lower, kind of making, I think it was making a trap for the selling, spending time people to make take shots at the time and took this but not this. Went higher, races 9:30. I think it was waiting for the 9:30. The 9:30 gap was first. It was the first gap. um uh, Technically it was this, but I like more this because it's with the break market structure. So first presented fair value gap, up breaking market structure, plus upper quarter of the weekly, lower quarter of the daily, plus the upper quarter of the first 15 minute. I have to make it okay. Upper quarter first presented 50-minute gap, we went into it and we start going to the upside. Took the recent buy sell liquidity and on higher time frame went for this, and we can go now into this even if we want to go lower. And there are smooth lows again, and there is a low, and I think it's just making smooth lows just to, I think, go lower because there are smooth lows to the downside. And yeah, I think that's enough. I talked a lot already. Went higher, took this high, then this one, the London session high, which we did not we did not take in the London, which would be have been happen. As I said that we could go here and touch the low but then lower, but we did not and make the smooth highs up there and then went higher. And right now, I don't know. It's almost 1 a.m. and we did not. I It's market open. It's not showing any candle, and I don't know. It's a bank holiday or some. I don't know what it is, but the market is not uh, moving on. It's not open on gold. Let me see the Nasdaq. Okay, it's open on Nasdaq. I don't know why it's closed on gold. So yeah, I think that's it for the day. This was a trade review, and it's been 27 minutes. And yeah, it was does not feel good, and that by missing this kind of big move. But yeah, it is what it is, and I did the mistake. There were there were mistakes of mine which could be not be made, and it would be better to place a stop loss according to the high time frame. And it could happen. I'm not saying that it was confirmed or of course there's nothing confirmed in a market. I'm just saying that it wasn't like this, that we were not most likely to go lower, and by respecting it, it could have happened very easily if the market was smooth, if the market had liquidity. But as you know, it was if the market was just very bright. But we spent some time, and it was very logical. It's also a sign of a good market, and we made some smooth highs, and there was no clear breaking market structure. We did not even break this, and yeah, and then went low. So yeah, this was the took 2 losses and one trade idea. Could not trade the nuke session, but it's okay. Yeah, it is what it is. Okay, I think that's it for the day. I did some journal. It is post market view, and yeah. Okay, in the next video, Allah Hafiz.